The aerial view of these classic hood stripes means it could only be one car. Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:64 scale Matchbox Superfast AMC Javelin AMX. I got this in a mail call from friend of the channel, Ardy's Diecast Workshop. I left a link to his Instagram page in the description. Thanks again for sending this to me, Ardy. Got a big pop-up engine in the hood, and a whole lot of yellow plastic everywhere. Two things I don't really care for. I've got some ideas for this one. First things first is to get to work stripping it down and taking it all apart. This one's got a metal base, therefore metal rivets. I'm using a 5mm drill bit to open them up so I can take the chassis off. Matchbox gave their AMX opening doors, so you'll see that clip that goes right under the windshield. Yellow glass. Oh, that's going to impact my color choice. I don't like this at all, so I've got to do a workaround to eliminate it. I need to pop off a couple more rivets to separate the plastic interior from the metal chassis. That's easily done. Eagle-eye viewers will spot one problem here. And Matchbox Superfast wheels. Say goodbye. From the pics I've found, it looks to me like Hot Wheels made a more accurate AMX casting without the exposed engine and less yellow plastic. But my challenge is to make this Matchbox casting a contender. I remember this car on the road, but I didn't know a whole lot about it, so I had to do some sleuthing on the interwebs. The Javelin is a front-engine, rear-wheel drive two-door hardtop manufactured by American Motors Corporation, AMC, across two generations, 1968 through 1970 and the 1971 through 1974 model years. It was positioned and marketed as a pony car. The AMX version of the Javelin is a two-seat GT-style muscle car produced from 68 through 1970. As one of just two American-built two-seaters, the AMX was in direct competition with the Chevy Corvette for substantially less money. It was based on the new for 1968 Javelin, but with a shorter wheelbase and deletion of the rear seat. Did you catch that this Matchbox casting has a rear bench seat? Uh-oh. The AMX, whose name originates from American Motors Experimental, was fitted with the standard high-compression 290 cubic inch 4.8-liter engine, or an optional 343 cubic inch 5.6-liter, or a stocking 390 cubic inch 6.4-liter AMC V8 engine, offering sporty performance at an affordable price. Despite this value, and a positive initial reception by automotive media and enthusiasts, sales never really took off. Notice that I did all my body work and patching without stripping the green paint, moving right into primer. You're never going to notice the difference in the end. The upload date for my annual All Porsche Invitational is here, and it's not too late for you to dig through your stash and find a Stuttgart special. I hope you'll join in with the rest. or that you'll simply enjoy watching the myriad of videos uploaded by all the builders who are taking part. One more thing that I want to change about this Matchbox casting is the trailer hitch on the back. Before I snip it off, I wanted to check that yes, it's just an overhang of the license plate area, so taking that off and cleaning it up means that I can put an MLC custom plate back there, so I won't miss it. Much better. I want to cover up that bright yellow interior, and I'll do that with a matte black from Vallejo. Spray that directly over top of the plastic interior, including the bumpers, which will get chromed up later on. This will be a nice contrast to the body color that I've got planned out. That's going to consist of a special mix of 2 Kaleido Colorworks bottles, mostly yellow with a couple of drops of orange yellow. I'll mix that up in a little cup first, then it can go straight into my airbrush. And onto the casting. I'm using a Swallowtail Barbatos Rex with a 0.5mm needle. This color is the closest I could match to what I see online from the late 60s, early 70s AMX color palette. They boldly used every color of the rainbow, but this choice will help to camouflage that horrible yellow glass. It came out great, and I like it. Today's community shout-out goes to the YouTube channel Rusty Fox Garage, and I hope you'll follow the link that I left in the description to go by and make a personal visit at your convenience. Thanks for doing that. Time to go to work on the metal chassis now. It's not in terrible shape, but can use a little bit of a buffing up. So I put one of these abrasive wheel attachments on my rotary tool. Look how well that shines up with no flits, no polish. Ready for an MLC channel logo. The most challenging part of the Javelin restomod for me was to recreate these classic hood decals. There were lots of Google images to go by, but I had to design these on my own to the right scale size. A little bit of micro set will help them slip and slide around till I get them into just the right position. Then you have to squeegee out any air bubbles that might be underneath. I think it looks much better without the engine popping through the hood, and black on yellow is one of my favorite combos. Remember, it's now got a black interior. That means the inside door cards need to match. That's important as these are opening doors, so I don't want to overlook that small detail. Ah, those 70s colors. I haven't forgotten about the front grille and the rear bumper that need to be re-chromed since I did the black respray. I used some Molotov chrome refill ink. I like to apply it with a paintbrush instead of with the pen. A touch of panel liner on the detail of the front grille lines gives a nice effect and helps the headlights to stand out. Let's pretend that my AMX got that huge 6.4-liter V8 as an option, so these safety harnesses will help with those neck-snapping takeoffs when you're showing off at the lights. Mine aren't decals, they're just printed on regular copy paper. That's why I black out the edges so you don't see any of the white. And they'll go in with some Mod Podge, which dries clear. With the trailer hitch out of the way and the taillights detailed, I can drop an MLC custom number 421 license plate back there. And here's a look at my Samed wheels upgrade. Check out the gold trim to match the overall look. Swing by Samed Wheels and use the promo code MAPLELEAF to get a free bonus gift with your next purchase. Remember that protruding engine that I discarded because I didn't need it? Still don't, but I do need a dashboard and a steering wheel, so I clip them apart. Little touch of super glue in the right place, and that's easily affixed. Finishing off the interior. The AMX got 2 coats of Kaleido gloss varnish to seal in the decals and give it a super good finish. Later that day, I can put everything back together. I've already put the opening doors back in place with the pressure clip. Yuck. Some nice upgrades and details were applied to the interior, chassis, and new wheels. In goes the yellow glass and the metal chassis. Everything clicks into place. All I've got to do is put in a couple of replacement 256 size Phillips head screws to hold it all tightly together. Wheels and door check. All good. Burnout. Let's have a closer look. Staggered wheels front and back, did you notice? Custom hood decals, orange side indicators too. Detailed the back end of it with the taillights and the license plate. And you can get a peek inside at the black resprayed interior with yellow seat harnesses. And that yellow glass is cleverly camouflaged now. Some cars never get their due. The passing of time might turn everything into a classic one day, but the Javelin was kind of an ugly duckling, overshadowed by its competitors. This one's now a beautiful swan. Check it out. Filling in the hood, smoothing out the casting lines, the respray, the black decal highlights, putting the new rubber on there. All of those changes have made a huge difference in this one. I invite you to weigh in the comments and tell me what you think of the AMX Javelin restomod, and hope you'll come back again soon, and often. It's coffee time.